Imagine this. You sit down, determined to finally learn a new skill, maybe a language, coding, or playing an instrument. You watch tutorials, take notes, and nothing sticks. A week later, it feels like you're starting from scratch. Sound familiar? Well, you're not alone. Most people struggle with learning efficiently, not because they're not smart, but because they're using the wrong approach. But what if I told you there's a way to learn anything faster than everyone else? Stick around, and I'll show you how. Most of us were taught that learning means sitting in a classroom, listening to lectures, and memorizing textbooks. But here's the truth. Memorization isn't real learning. Think about when you learned to ride a bike. Did you read a guide on it? No. You got on, wobbled, fell a few times, and then, boom, you figured it out. That's because learning is a contact sport. You don't truly understand something until you engage with it actively. This brings us to rule number 2. Step 1. Focus on the 80-20 rule. You don't need to know everything, just the right things. 80% of your results come from 20% of your efforts. Want to learn a language? Focus on the 1,000 most commonly used words instead of memorizing the dictionary. Learning guitar? Master basic chords first before worrying about complex solos. By identifying what truly matters, you speed up your learning exponentially. Step 2. Active recall and teaching. Here's a challenge. Instead of just rereading notes, close the book and try to recall what you just learned. Or better yet, teach it to someone, even if it's just your pet or a mirror. The act of explaining something forces your brain to organize and process information deeply. If you can't explain it simply, you don't really understand it. Step 3. Deliberate practice. Most people practice what they're already good at, but the secret to rapid learning? Focus on your weaknesses. Struggling with a tricky guitar chord? Practice it 50 times instead of playing the easy ones. Learning to draw? Don't just sketch the same cartoon. Challenge yourself with difficult angles and perspectives. It's uncomfortable, but this is where growth happens. Now, even with these techniques, your brain needs the right conditions to work at its best. Use all your senses. If you're learning Spanish, don't just read the words. Listen to native speakers, write them down, and say them out loud. The more senses involved, the better you remember. Make it fun. Turn learning into a game. Use apps that track progress, challenge a friend, and reward yourself for small wins. Learning shouldn't feel like a chore. Get enough sleep. Sleep isn't just for rest. It's when your brain organizes and stores what you've learned. So, if you're cramming and skipping sleep, you're actually sabotaging yourself. Here's your challenge. Pick one skill you've been wanting to learn. Apply just one of these techniques for the next 7 days. Active recall, teaching, or deliberate practice. Comment yes if you're going to give this a try. If you found this video helpful, hit like and subscribe for more self-improvement strategies. And remember, it's not about how smart you are, but how you learn.